Good morning and welcome back to another video with the berries in Portugal. Bit of a weird one today due to the sun and the heat we've had, the lack of rain. The grasses haven't really grown too much. I think we've got to that stage now where things start to slow down in the heat, which is good. I'm walking around the farm now and I'm just trying to find what to do, because it's all similar height. None of it's like drastic, you know, because this farm is quite large. You've got to really prioritize your time, because there's always, anyone that owns a farm, whether it's Portugal, anywhere, they all will say the same thing: there's always something to do, there's always work. So obviously we've got a number of sheep on this farm, so they take care of the grasses on their pasture, so it limits me to what I need to do in terms of grass. Just to show you what I mean is, unless we have rain, I'm in the cherry orchard now, and obviously, as you all know, this is all irrigated, so ignore the middle. The middle needs to be cut by the tractor early morning, but there's another attachment on the tractor, so Clint can change it over and do that in his spare time. I'm more of a labour sort of guy, so I'm generally doing the trimming because of his ankle. But you can see this is quite green. Last time I cut this was probably a couple of weeks ago, and you can see it hasn't grown that much. Now I actually cut this entire, it was the first time I've ever done it since I've been here, mainly because I don't have to, but I pushed myself. I wanted to trim this entire orchard in one sitting, which it isn't actually. It's not the volume, like the size of the field isn't the problem. It's ducking and diving between the trees, and that's what makes it really awkward, especially for Clint with his ankle. And you know, if there's anyone else out there that's on the slightly older side, I can tell you, for one, it once I've done it doesn't ache my back. You know, I really know that I've done it. And you've really got to keep an eye out. You need to wear headgear, because you're sort of looking at the ground, trimming, going, you know, cracking on, and then next thing you know, you've got a branch in your face and you soon hurt your eye. But what I'm trying to get at is, all this grass is, where it's been irrigated, is still green. This is what I done the other day, and look at the colour difference. It's almost orange, where it's just been absolutely melted by the sun. Now we have reached the sort of peak period of the heat. It might get a degree or two hotter, but this is going to be it now for a little while. It's very, very hot. It's getting to the point now where I've started beginning to put like a big water bottle, like a 5 litre water bottle, in the outside freezer, and I bring it with me, because by the time I actually do a couple hours work, it's already getting hot. It's already starting to melt. Generally I'll start anywhere between 6, half 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. Depends on what I'm doing and how long of a day I'm going to have. It just depends on what I'm doing, but you have to start early now. It actually gets quite dangerous if you don't keep up with your fluids. But yeah, everything's good. With us, George is getting on fine with the heat. Lucy's fine. We're all just keeping busy doing our own things. As you know, we're always busy. That's the problem. Might not always be important, but we're always doing something. Yesterday and the day before that, today being Thursday, I was doing some private work, which is some more land clearing, but it's on a really nice farm. It's absolutely massive, this farm, but it's completely secluded. I just don't feel comfortable filming it, because they've got such a nice house, and it literally in the middle of like 2 or 3 fields that they've bought. So I don't really want to film. I like to keep it sort of private. They have said I could film on there, but it just doesn't feel natural. And it was just like trimming anyway. brush cutting. I mean, it would have made a good video because there was quite a lot of thorns in that I got rid of. But yeah, it's going to be one of them videos. I know I'm probably going to be streaming today, just doing odds and ends, because we're actually waiting for materials. This farm, I'm sure I'll put it in a couple of clips. This farm has a beautiful stream going straight past the house, and basically the old one was a bit old and tired. It wasn't the safest thing in the world, so Clinton decided, right, we'll take it up, get rid, and we'll make completely fresh with all new materials. So we planned out what we were doing. Clint gave me a list. I went to the wood yard and we ordered the materials. So yeah, we're going to make a complete bridge from scratch. So that's going to be a great video for people, especially people that are looking to build that sort of thing, especially over here. There is quite a lot of natural streams, and yeah, I think that would be an eye-opener to people, and it would be something interesting, especially if you're looking for something like that for your property. What else? Saturday we was planning on going to a river beach in Castelnuovo, which we done when my friends were here. Shout out to you guys, it was lovely lovely time when you were here. But yeah, back to work. So yeah, we were going to go to Castelnuovo, but I don't know if I'm going to get time. So there's also a rally going through Fundão. I missed the last one, which I'm gutted about, because as you know, I'm a bit of a petrol head. I love cars and all the rest of it, but because of the rural roads, I think the Portuguese really do enjoy a good rally. So I'm desperate to go see that on Sunday. I'm going to ask my friend to get some more details about it, because I just saw a billboard about it. So that's what I'm planning on doing Sunday. Saturday, I've got a nice bit of pork shoulder I want to put in the smoker. I'm just going to do a basic salt, pepper, garlic rub, and just do some like pulled pork rolls and stuff. I don't know, it's just, that is, you know, my downtime. So I want to do that Saturday. And then Monday, obviously, if you saw the ruin that I cleared, I spoke to the customer and he wants me to go back and do a bit more work. So providing nothing changes, I'll go back there Monday and do that, because I know there's a few people that wanted to see part 2 of that video. So yeah, I just need to decide what I'm going to do, because it's all the same. It's not like desperate. It's not like the grasses ain't growing so much. It's just like these weeds. So I just need to decide where's best to spend my time. I'm here today and tomorrow. I was kind of hoping the materials for the bridge would turn up, but they haven't. But either way, it doesn't matter. We can soon get it sorted. So if Clint's up, I'll ask him what he wants me to do. Well, I know what he's going to say. He's just going to say, "Oh, do what you think. Do whatever you want." But yeah, maybe I'll stream in here. It's getting a bit weedy, I suppose. We'll see. So yeah, let me go figure out what I'm doing, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. So I just had a quick chat with Clint, and he agrees. You know, leave the grasses for today, maybe tomorrow, or even next week. It doesn't matter. You can soon get it done. But this has been a job that I think Julie wanted for a while. Obviously, as you know, we've got a huge amount of grapevines on this farm. So rather than keep these, I think he wants me to clear just past the gate, or just on the gate, all the way back, and that'll actually expose a wall that we started to rebuild here. But yeah, I think that'll make a great time lapse, because it is quite a volume of you know, of grapevines there to get rid of. But there is a irrigation line there as well, so I've got to be very careful. But yeah, let's get on with it before it gets too hot. So for this this job in particular, we're going to be using our big brush cutter. For anyone that's interested, this is a P5 260L. We're going to be using the blade for this, and just bear in mind, this blade when you use these, they're not designed to rev hard. Now a lot of these will come in different sort of shapes and sizes depending on what you're cutting, and a lot of the blades will actually say on there what they can rev up to, because obviously if you clout a rock, or if this gets bent, it's out of shape, you're going to cause damage to the machine. So yeah, always check on there just what it can rev up to. Each one's different, but yeah, just be mindful of that. But yeah, let's get going. So I'm getting through it fairly. Managed to miss the irrigation. That was actually quite easy. This is the wall that me and Clint started repairing. We got so far, and then we stopped. We got carried away with other jobs. This is sort of like a stopgap. So you can see there is still pretty mature vines. There is another one up here. I don't know how far he wants me to go back. Maybe go far as back as the tree, I don't know, but I'm going to uncover all of this. But just to make my life easier, I'm just going to get a rake and try and rake it down a little bit, because the hardest thing about this is obviously you've got granite. That machine, or a high speed spinning bit of metal, does not mix well with granite, so you just got to really go slowly and edge your way in. But I think for the sake of the machine, I'm just going to try and see if I can rake some stuff. I've got to change a battery in the GoPro anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to try and make my life a bit easier. It's a shame to get rid of it because it does produce a lot of grapes, but obviously just up there we got the vineyard. There's thousands just like this, so we're going to get rid of it. Can't imagine they're going to be very ripe, but there isn't a lot that goes to waste. I'm going to bring up all the cuttings from the vines, some lovely grape, they'll eat the leaves as well, and then Clinton picked some figs and some plums for them. Obviously you can see what they prefer best. And I've still got probably a good 8 or 9 barrel loads to bring up, so they've got plenty to eat. But yeah, let's get going. Warming up now. I've got rid of a lot, which is the other side of the fence, but this side is like the pasture for the chickens and obviously the sheep you just saw before. I've just got the this is the machine that I usually use for the smaller strimming stuff, but this is obviously a multi-tool. I've changed the strimmer out for the hedge cutter there. For anyone who's interested, this is a KM90R. This is a few years old, but this is something that gets used on the farm almost every day. Mainly by me, but it's a great tool, and it's going to be perfect for this job. So as you can see, the bank, a lot of this has folded over, fallen. I've tried raking it, but it's just I'm just putting too much pressure on the rake. I'm just going to break it. So my theory is get the hedge cutter up there, just trim what I can, attack it again with the rake. There is some stuff up there, like the hedge cutter probably could go through this, but I don't know if I want to risk it, to be honest. This branch here is far too big. I'll cut that with some secateurs, but the rest of it I think will be perfect for the hedge cutter there. Most of it is fawns. This bit up here is fawns. You can see the grape leaves there on the bottom, but up the top here is a lot of fawns. So I'm going to try and find a place to put the camera down and see if we can open the face of this wall up, because it's a pretty wall. Be a shame to have it covered up. So you can see, that's why the multi-tool is so good on this farm. I mean, it's not for everyone, depends on what your farm's like and what maintenance you need to do. But that made mincemeat of that. And I'm pretty confident when I get the rake, this is all gonna fall back and I can chuck it in the tractor, the wheelbarrow, the animals can have it. Yeah, let me get the rake. Stay there, don't move. I mean, it's not perfect, it's still got some trimming to do. Like all these, once I've got access, like the fawns aren't here, I can really trim that up and expose this wall. I mean, it's taken me a few hours, like, you know, it's not anyone could do it. It makes such a big difference, and the thing is, grapes grow so fast. they sort of take over, but they're a great food for the sheep. I'm about to chuck some for the chickens as well, and now this has given us access that we can start building up this wall. This is a job, like you can see, I'll show you exactly what we've done. So you can see the old wall here was part of where the moss is, and then this is the new. So me and Clint done this probably a couple of years ago now, but we plan to do the rest of this bank. But that's a job for when it's hot, like a day like today. You do the strimming, you do all the hard graft in the morning, and then come the afternoon you can sit there with a bucket of cement and just plod along. You ain't got to sit there all day, but you know, that's a nice job. I'm looking forward to that one. It's something that interests me. Yeah, looking forward to it. So I think I'm going to call this video here. Yeah, I think you've seen the majority of what I've done. Hopefully it comes out all right on the camera, but yeah, well, I hope you all have a great weekend. Please smash that like button, subscribe, share our videos. Anything you do will help us out, and yeah, we really appreciate the support. So thanks again, and catch the next video.